All right, let me make sure I'm live. I am live. Okay. Will Jaggy finally see a Dons win? Tune in to find out. I'll have you know, good sir, I've seen a Dons win. Don't you worry about that one. But anyway, yeah, it's just the live streams that's the problem. I haven't actually done a live stream in which they've won a game yet. Hopefully today will change. But yeah, I have to be a little quiet right now, just for the first, I don't know, 30 minutes or so of the stream, as it is almost 7 a.m. and my parents are still asleep. Uh, I got a complaint last time, so I'm gonna make sure I keep it down. So anyway, that being said, Bristol Rovers versus AFC Wimbledon. Just pulling up the lineups here, getting right into it, not wasting any time whatsoever. So Bristol Rovers are, let's see. Yeah, I woke up like 10 minutes ago, guys. So this time I'm actually going to start the game live. Bristol Rovers have won two out of their last five and lost three. So mixed form, mixed bag for them. AFC Wimbledon 1-2-2. So yeah, both of them are in somewhat equal form, and both of them are somewhat similar in terms of play style. Bristol Rovers usually play a three in the back, actually, from what I see. Well, yeah, AFC Wimbledon used to play a three in the back, but now ever since Mark Robinson has come into the side for them, they are playing in like a 4-3-1-2 or 4-2-3-1. So yeah, similar styles, and they both have similar amounts of goals for and goals against. They both have like 30-something goals for and 50-something goals against. Bristol Rovers 3 points ahead of AFC Wimbledon in the standings, so this is going to be absolutely huge, absolutely monumental game for the Dons. And in terms of the lineups, you say you want Palmer and Assal to start, bring on Longman and the Pigs in the second half. I do think that's a good point to make. There is a popular term in American sports, at least, mostly basketball, load management. Like your star players, like for example, your LeBron Jameses, your James Hardens, your Anthony Davises. Load management is a term that's used whenever, players rest some games every now and again during the season, especially if teams have, playoffs locked in. LeBron James, though, it just hasn't actually rested a game this season for the Lakers. But anyway, I digress a little bit. Yeah, so I guess that's a good point. You want load management for both Longman and Pickett. I mean, they've been breaking their backs for this side. They've been working very hard, but Joe Pickett will be playing today. Ryan Longman will be on the bench. I think Ryan Longman is a good player to come off the bench today because he hasn't been too dangerous lately. He hasn't been not dangerous, but he hasn't been influential enough for this side, at least in the last few games or so. Throughout the season, he's been decent, but Jack Rodoni is going to be coming in, starting in as the left winger. McLaughlin starting as the right winger, and Callum Riley as the center attacking mid. I do like that McLaughlin is back out wide. I didn't really approve necessarily of McLaughlin playing as the attacking mid. Not to say that he can't play that position, but Rodoni and Longman were just not active enough off the ball last time out against Burton Albion, and it was Shane McLaughlin who was making a lot of the wide runs. He was starting as a center attacking mid and hooking out wide, so that's his natural tendency. His natural tendency is to make those wide runs. That's his natural position. So I like that. And Callum Riley starting as the center attacking mid. The last few games hasn't found that start, so we'll see how he does. And then Dobson and Woodyard, usual two center defensive mids. Guinness Walker and Che Alexander, left and right hand sides respectively. Che Alexander usually plays on the left, but this time playing on the right. Nightingale and Johnson, center backs, and we have. Oh, okay. So we have Nick Zanev starting in goal. He's usually been our second to third string goalkeeper for the last, I don't know, 2 years or so. He's finally starting. I want to see how he does today. And then another interesting pointer here. Joe Day as the goalkeeper for Bristol Rovers. I noticed that and I was like, really? Joe Day was our starting goalkeeper for like the second half of the season last season. It was the first half of the season was Nathan Trott, and then in the second half it was Joe Day. We've had a couple of goalkeeping shifts. So we had Aaron Ramsdale starting goalkeeper for AFC Bournemouth. He was on loan 2 seasons ago, and he was honestly, I'd say, our biggest reason why we stayed up. We stayed above relegation the season before the COVID season. I'm talking about the one in which we still had fans. But yeah, Joe Day in goal for Bristol Rovers, and then I don't know too much about the rest of the players. You know me, I only really know AFC Wimbledon, maybe Sunderland or Portsmouth, but other than that, I don't really know too much about the other EFL League One teams. I'm more of a Premier League type of guy. But yeah, that being said, this game's starting a little late. I'm going to start about 2 minutes past the time, so let me set up my timer real quick. Okay, so my prediction for this match, I think it's going to be a bit of a tough task away from home, as Bristol, from what I know, is somewhat far away from Wimbledon. Bristol to Wimbledon. I'm looking that up, actually. I'm still learning some UK geography. I know a little bit. I know where certain cities are, but other cities I gotta know. Bristol to Wimbledon. Oh, 2 hours. Okay, that's not that bad. Okay, so it's not that much of an away game. It's only 2 hours away. Anyway, that being said, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this bread, as we like to say in the U.S. Let's get this bread. All right. I'm going to pull up the lineups here real quick. Ball played from the back on the left-hand side for Bristol Rovers. Darnell Johnson had to head it away. Corner kick for them. Early chance. I don't really know too much about them, whether they are an aerial threat or not. I will find that out as we go along. But Bristol Rovers are going to play a 3-4-2-1. Like I said, they usually do play a 3 in the back for what I do know about them. And then, yeah, we're playing a 4-2-3-1. I do think that's a decent matchup for us, I should say, because we do have 4 in the back. We're able to deal with the 3 up top, the 2-1, and we're able to press their 3 in the back with 3 in the midfield, and they could. Jack Redoni and Shane McLaughlin can act as wingers sometimes. They can press up and attack. Let's see, lineups. Don't worry, I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing anything. Don't worry. The cameraman's wiping the lens. That's kind of funny. Yeah, on the iPhone, there was a cameraman wiping the lens, and you'd just see his glove halfway up the camera wiping it. Okay. All right. Yeah, so again, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet in this particular stream. Also, I fixed the audio lag problem. It was just a delay on my OBS because I'll get to that in a second. Joe Pigott plays a 1-2 with Che Alexander on the right hand side, tries to find somebody, puts it in with his left foot too close to the goalkeeper. Easy collection for Joe Day, former AFC Wimbledon goalkeeper. But anyway, the audio delay was because I had a 900-second delay on my stream, because whenever I stream Mario Kart Wii, the game is behind, so I have to put my, in case I want to do commentary, I had to put my I had to put a delay on my audio, and so I forgot to do that for my previous 2 streams. So here we are with in-sync audio this time around. So I find it funny. This is kind of off topic, but Bristol Rovers have a player named Westbrook. And whenever I think of Westbrook, I think of Russell Westbrook. It is a famous basketball player. And I kind of make fun of him because I call him Russell Westbrick, because sometimes he likes to just take a bunch of uncontested shots that are just not the best. And at times in the past, he has known to be a stat patter, where like he goes for, sometimes he steals his teammates' rebounds just to try to get, a triple double. I don't know if you guys know that much about basketball, so this is just mumbo jumbo for me. But anyway, AFC Wimbledon give it away, but they do receive it, re-receive it with Nightingale. Okay, they give it away again. On the right-hand side now, Bristol Rovers trying to thread the needle, but the pass was too strong. Goal kick for Wimbledon. Is it raining, snowing? I mean, I do see some sort of precipitation coming down. It looks very light, but it also looks white. So I feel like it's sprinkling snow over there in Bristol. I wanna check the weather. Just curious. Bristol weather, 28 degrees. Yeah, so it's sitting right on the cusp of freezing temperatures. Speaking of Bristol, speaking of England, that thought came in the back of my mind. I maybe want to move to England sometime in the next year and a half. But if I do, I'm going to have to really account for the weather, right? Because it gets absolutely freezing over there. Like, it is the back end of winter, and it's still 28 degrees in Bristol. Like, imagine, January, February, it'd probably be closer to... Also, I'm using Fahrenheit instead of Celsius. Sorry, we Americans are backwards. But it'd be closer to like 0 degrees Fahrenheit around that time. So, yeah. So us Americans, we use Fahrenheit. We use the imperial system. I'm sorry, we're backwards. We call it soccer, not football. So, yeah, that's just a fun fact, I guess. But let's see. Maybe some results around the league. Let's check that out. Actually, yeah. Nessiginus Walker with the ball. Gets it to Redoni, forced to play. But yeah, I thought there might have been a little bit of a counterattack opportunity there. So I was like, okay, maybe look at that instead of the standings, instead of the games. The franchise beating Stanley 1-0. I think I've accepted it at this point. I think the franchise will stay up this season. MK Dons, in case you guys don't know who I'm talking about. I think they'll stay out this season. Even though they lost 4 out of their last 5, they're still in a decent enough standing in the league. 10 points ahead of Wigan. Actually, 12 points ahead of Wigan with the live results. Plymouth are they're losing against Ipswich 1-0. Not really a surprise there. Ipswich are a decent side, but they've consistently been a side that just barely stays below the promotion spots, like barely above the top 6. They're a good side, but they're not good enough to. They're like a Sunderland almost. Once were a giant. Once were a force in the league. Used to be in the Premier League, contesting for top 6 or whatever, and now they're just kind of a nobody team. Che Alexander on the right hand side plays a nice through ball to Shane McLaughlin one time. Cross gets deflected out for a corner kick. So both sides kind of threatening on the wide hand channel so far. Neither side creating any clear-cut chances yet in these first 8 minutes. We'll see what occurs in this corner kick here. Sorry if I'm boring for the first part of this game. Oof. Decent ball in played from McLaughlin there at the top of the 6. Unfortunately, nobody was able to get their head on it. And it is going to be a goal kick for Bristol. I really want to move to the UK though, like just as a sort of new cultural experience. I made it a goal where not only I travel anywhere and everywhere I can, but I have these certain locations that I want to move to for maybe 2 years at a time. You know, for a couple of years move to England, a couple of years move to somewhere in Italy, a couple of years move to somewhere in Germany, you know, etc., etc. I want to be able to have the financial status or financial backing to be able to do that. And yeah, I've been investing for the past 5 months, and I don't think that's going to stop. Anyway, Bristol Rovers with a nice little move from number 11, Nicholson. Received a little bit of a long ball as a hold up and made took a nice. It wasn't a long ball actually, but it was a little chip pass actually, and dribbled it around. Dobson very nicely was looking to set up for a shot there with his left foot, but Dobson looked to me like he got the ball there, but the referee still inclined to call that a foul, and it's going to be a free kick from about 22, 23 yards out here for Westbrook to take. Looks to me like a very dangerous position. Not close enough to where, you know, if you get it over the wall, it's going to go over the bar, but not far enough to where it's going to be a bit of a tall task. It's very perfectly placed here for Westbrook to be able to place it into the top corner. A little bit of a dangerous position here. We'll see what happens. Westbrook to take. It's a nice free kick, just wide of the post, though. Kind of scared me a little bit there, but Wimbledon keeper saw it the entire way. Yeah, it's Zanev. I said Wimbledon keeper at first because I'm like, how do you pronounce his name? Zanev. Tzanev. Again, our second to third string goalkeeper throughout his time in Wimbledon, throughout the last 2 or 3 years, but from what I've seen on the YouTube videos of the goalkeeping training sessions, he's a very hard worker, very committed to his craft, and it's nice to see him starting today. And on the team sheet, we don't have any goalkeepers actually, so that could be a sign that all of our goalkeepers are injured. So yeah, Zanev making the start today. And I'm really interested to see how he's going to do today. For those of you just coming in, for those of you that are new, I am an AFC Wimbledon fan. Nice to meet you guys. My name is Tiago. I go by Jaggy. That's my alias. But I am an AFC Wimbledon supporter. I have been ever since 2018. It was when I played as AFC Wimbledon in FIFA 16 career mode. Throw in. McLaughlin tries to play a nice little threading pass over to Joe Pigott as the throw in came in. A little too heavy. That was one of their biggest issues last game against Burton Albion. They just couldn't make that final to second to final pass. They would play it very nicely around the midfield, but when they would try to play the through ball to Rodoni or play the through ball to McLaughlin, the pass would always be too heavy. And when they do make that incisive pass, they just can't create the space for the shot. And they didn't have a single shot, let alone a shot on target, until about the 80th minute. But anyway, I'll hold the thought about how I became a fan, because the game's starting to pick up now. A little bit of a battle in between both midfields, and now a long ball from Darnell Johnson collected by Joe Day. Yeah, I played as AFC Wimbledon in FIFA 16 career mode. I started they were the lowest ranked team in the game, and then I started following them just for the kicks, just wanted to see how they were doing. And then I found out about their story, how they got bought out by Milton Keynes. That being said, ball on the right for Bristol Rovers, nicely worked move. It was a nice pass from number 11, Nicholson, to play it out wide to, I think that was Westbrook, who played a nice ball in, grounded ball down the 6-yard box, but it was very nicely intercepted from Will Nightingale, getting his foot to a shot. It didn't actually initially get his foot to it, but actually didn't get his foot to it at all. He just put enough pressure right there to be able to prevent something dangerous. So goal kick here for Wimbledon. Kind of slid in, put the pressure on, and the shot was kind of put off there. So good work there from Will Nightingale to put the pressure on. But anyway, I went from a follower to a full-fledged fan after seeing that story, and I just became a fan. I'm a huge advocate for underdogs. I'm a huge fan of a huge advocate of teams that start from the bottom and get to the top. And in this case, dire circumstances for Wimbledon. They had to share a stadium with Crystal Palace for 10 years because they were in the Premiership and they had too many fans at their old ground, their old Plough Lane. And anyway, as I speak here, George Dobbs with a nice incisive pass over to Joe Pigott, just a little bit too far to the right. Joe Pigott was sliding just to even get a touch. Usually when you try to slide to receive the pass, it's to try to get a little bit of touch towards goal. But he slid just to try to get his foot to the pass, just to try to control it. But initially, it looked like a very nice pass from George Dobson out of nothing. He was standing still. It didn't seem to me like he had any sort of avenue to be dangerous there. So anyway, 15 minutes in, it is raining here in Bristol. We'll see how that affects this game. It's going to make the ball skip quite a bit, and going to make it a little difficult for the goalkeepers as well. Whenever the ball is, whenever it rains and it's not too drenching, it's just sprinkling a little bit, the ball will skip along the ground. So a bit of a tall task here for Zanev in his first start for AFC Wimbledon this season, let alone in general for AFC Wimbledon. I know it's his first start, but I think also his first appearance as well. So we'll see how this kid does. And I like to say kid for anybody that's young and for anybody that's up and coming. Anyway, Joe Pigott with the ball, top of the 18, trying to find somebody. Instead, finds a shot. Doesn't have too much of a run-up with that shot, so it was an easy collection for former goalkeeper Joe Day. Tried to cut it to his left to create a shot or maybe a passing opportunity, then cut it back to his right. Joe Pigott, he's always going to be a threat. Anytime he has the ball, he's always going to be a threat. He's always going to look to create space for a shot. Bristol Rovers trying to create an attack here with a through ball inside the 18-yard box to Nicholson. Nicely defended there by Darnell Johnson. Nicely tracked. It's going to be a corner kick here for Bristol Rovers. So both teams creating decent chances on the wide channels with some 1-2s, some through balls. Corner played short here. Nicholson with end. Sets up McCormick at the top of the 18. Teed up the shot, but the shot was over the bar with the inside of his foot. Not the best effort there from McCormick. You would like that back. Yeah, the ball just settled very nicely for him with the pass from Nicholson on the short corner. It didn't bounce. It was nicely played. It was rolling pretty slowly there. McCormick would like that back, but no danger there to the goalkeeper, Nick Tenev. Ooh, header one there. Now McLaughlin's on the ball. Damn, tried to play a ground ball back to Pigott, but Pigott wasn't. He didn't make the run in time. As it did come pretty quickly. It was a header one from the goal kick. The attack kind of just came to came to fruition pretty quickly there. So nobody was in the box except for, I think that was Jack Rodoni on the trail run, and had McLaughlin found him in the back post, it could have been a different story. Actually, it was Woodyard. No, it was Woodyard, actually. Surprisingly, Woodyard was all the way up there despite the attack breaking that quickly. But yeah, I was just rewinding a little bit to see who was in the back post there. Surprised to see Woodyard that quickly up there, but that just shows you that Woodyard is, end-to-end player. Very good work rate. More of a defensive player. Whenever worst comes to worst, he is a defender after all. But end-to-end player, very good midfielder to have, especially, coming from, I forget, who did we get Alex Woodyard from? It wasn't on loan. We actually did sign him from somewhere. Alex Woodyard. Oh yeah, so he came from Peterborough United. So yeah, okay. So I thought it was like a championship side, but no, he came from Peterborough. But yeah, decent player he is. Yeah, no problem. I wanna be able to live stream as many games as I can for the Dons, and I know that AFC Wimbledon doesn't really have any other person that reacts to their games, from what I know. Obviously, AFC Wimbledon are a bit of a small side. Anyway, that being said, Shane McLaughlin trying to find somebody, but all the way back to Che Alexander. Che Alexander cues it up, tries to see if he can find somebody, instead forces it back to Darnell Johnson. AFC Wimbledon content to just play it around the back just a little bit, trying to find some space here for something. Nice diagonal ball played over to Nesta Guinness-Walker, just a little bit too heavy though. The pass was actually intended for Jack Rodoni there, who not able to get his head on that, and Nesta Guinness-Walker making that run from the back, not able to get his foot to the ball. But yeah, I'm going to look to do as many live reactions as I can. I know the amount of AFC Wimbledon YouTubers out there are fairly scarce. Bit of a small side, though, so it is understandable. I know Sunderland have a couple YouTubers, Portsmouth have a couple YouTubers, etc., etc. One notable YouTuber, hold on, I gotta look him up. I forgot his name. Nice interception from Alex Woodyard from a pass there from Bristol Rovers, and now the ball's on the right-hand side at Che Alexander. Let's see if he can find somebody in the middle, potentially. Instead, finds Alex Woodyard, who is going to hold the ball up on the right-hand side. Back to Che Alexander. Back to George Dobson. He's going to look to cue it up. Does cue it up. Not the best cross in the world. It was head height, easily cleared away by Bristol Rovers. Back now with Guinness-Walker, but he does give it away. Bristol Rovers potentially on the break here. Tactical foul from Nesta Guinness-Walker. No yellow card, though, as the foul was innocuous enough. Okay, no, he does get the yellow. I thought maybe he would have gotten away with that one, but yellow card for Guinness-Walker. Oh, yeah, that's his name. So I was looking up the YouTuber that's a Sunderland fan, The Mad Mistake. And I do think he's pretty funny. So whenever his team doesn't play well, he gets mad, but not the traditional kind of anger. He's very chill, but I'm trying to think of an example of what he says. He's like, "That's a disgrace. Flanagan was not good enough." And then, immediately goes right back to just being like, okay, Sunderland not good enough today. But, his anger is very chill in nature. It's kind of funny. But The Mad Mistake, look him up. He's a very good YouTuber in terms of, post-match reactions and whatnot. Anyway, that being said, another yellow card coming here for AFC Wimbledon, as it looked to me like it was, who is that, number? Rodman, yeah. So there was a goal kick there. Header 1. Actually, number 21. Who's number 21? I don't know his name. Sorry. He's not on the team sheet, and he's not in the starting lineup. Great job, Google. Thank you for being super accurate with this. Anyway, number 21 for Bristol Rovers with a nice little turn off of the goal after the goal kick being the header being won there by, I think, I don't know who that was, but Darnell Johnson with a bit of a hard foul there, and a yellow card for Darnell Johnson as well. Bit of a rough start here for AFC Wimbledon in terms of the bookings, but we'll see what happens later on. So right now it is 7:25 a.m. over here in sunny side California. Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of nippy over here, but not nearly as cold as the UK. Right now I think it's like 52, 53 degrees. So yeah, I'm pretty lucky, honestly. I'm pretty honored to be living in Southern California where it's nice and sunny. But yeah, 7:26 a.m. right now for me. Usually I feel kind of tired, but right now I feel fine. Anyway, Nicholson, nice save. Brilliant save there from Tanev. Another header won by Bristol Rovers. The midfield battles / the headers are won constantly by AFC Wimbledon. By Bristol Rovers. And Nicholson took it down to the 18-yard box. It was decently defended by Wimbledon to be able to keep him back, but then he found the blistering run there from, I think that was McCormick, and with his left foot, nice low and hard shot on the bottom right-hand corner to Tanev's left, and Tanev just got down to his left-hand side. Brilliant save. Westbrook to take it now for Bristol Rovers on the right-hand side. Looping corner there. Back post to Baldwin, and the header was also pretty much the same, high and looping. And Tanev was just able to watch that the whole way. Nice save there from Tanev. First start for AFC Wimbledon, let alone first appearance for them. His first, that was his first touch, actually. His first touch was a save down to his left-hand side. Nicely done there from Tanev. Or Zanev, actually. I don't want to mispronounce names again. I don't want to say, I don't want to have a deja vu moment like I had with Jaakko Oksanen earlier in the season. I called him Oksanen. If you go all the way back to my my very first reaction video. I don't want that to happen again. Yeah. Yes, up the Dons. Let's go. So far in these first 25 minutes, nothing too crazy for either side. Bristol Rovers only had one clear-cut chance so far in this game, and I think only 1 or 2 shots on target. The Dons have a couple of shots on target, but they were chances from outside the box, notably with Joe Pigott trying to create something. Long shot from about 20 yards out. Didn't really have too much of a run-up. It was straight to Joe Day, former AFC Wimbledon goalkeeper, who was decent for us last season in the second half of the season. Didn't really have to do too much as, COVID happened. He only played for, 4 to 5 games, I think, before COVID happened and the season was cut short. By the way, interesting point. Joey Barton is the manager for Barton. I'm sorry. I'm distracted. Anyway, Shane McLaughlin went all the way from the right-hand side to the center, trying to find somebody from the throw-in, but doesn't find anybody just yet. George Thompson on the left-hand side, looking to create space, with Jack Rodoni making a little bit of a run. Jack Rodoni receiving the ball, but forced to play it back over to Guinness Walker. Guinness Walker with the cross in, a little bit of a low cross. Disappointing one in the end, but nice defending from Nightingale to be able to hound somebody that was playing as a sort of hold-up player on the left-hand side, able to overpower him, and now it's a throw-in for AFC Wimbledon here. I gotta say, Will Nightingale has been fairly consistent this season. I've knocked him in previous seasons for, as well as earlier this season, for being a little bit inconsistent, but this time he's found himself in the starting lineup day in and day out. Jack Rodoni tries to cross it in. I mean, he was not really facing the box, so it was a bit of a tall task to cross there. And wasn't able to put enough power on that cross, easily collected by Joe Day. 5 shots so far for Bristol, 1 for Wimbledon. So I was a little bit deceiving when I said that neither side are creating too many chances. Bristol Rovers created one very, very good chance there with McCormick there. The other 4 shots were nothing too crazy. I think all of those shots went over the bar, to the side. All of the shots were just not dangerous enough for Zanev in goal. Yeah, so sorry, and anytime I kind of pause there, I'm just trying to... Oh, Guinness Walker tried to play a little bit of a forward ball, but it got deflected, and it looked to be like a dangerous situation there, but he was able to recollect it and play it back over to Zanev. Yeah, so Bristol Rovers so far have been looking decent in spurts. They haven't been consistently dangerous throughout this game, but every now and again they pile numbers forward, especially playing a 3-4-2-1, and the likes of Nicholson and McCormick are looking pretty dangerous. McCormick coming from the center mid role, playing pretty high up the field. So in terms of attacking prowess, Bristol Rovers do have that in abundance whenever they do need it. And the way the game's looking, I do see this being final prediction 1-1, maybe 2-1 for Bristol. I'm not going to be too biased here, but yeah, Bristol look decent enough to be able to create at least 1 goal here. Nice 1-2 from Nessa Guinness Walker. Off of the throw in there. The return pass was a good one there from Joe Pigott, but it was cleared away by the defender. Throw in for Wimbledon here. Let's see if they can create something out of this. Given away here, and now Nicholson will find his way on the right-hand side. Oh, by the way, nice twist and turn from Joe Pigott to beat his man on the left-hand side. Now Rodoni's on the ball, tries to get a cross in, and was slightly deflected, and Williams is going to come away with that one. But by the way, on the moment in which Darnell Johnson got the yellow card, and I said, oh, he's not on the team sheet, thanks Google. I'm blind. Apparently he is on the team sheet. I looked at everybody but Ayunga playing as a... center forward / striker for Bristol Rovers. Yeah, so I'm blind, guys. I'm really blind. Every now and again, I do have these sort of brain fart moments, especially because I do wake up kind of early and my mind is still kind of in a fog. But yeah. Bristol Rovers knocking it around decently here. Now the ball is with Nicholson. Nicely defended there from George Dobson. And now Wimbledon are going to look to break with Joe Pigott. Forced to dribble it back and now plays a nice, decent long ball over to Shane McLaughlin. His first touch was a little heavy, and Baldwin was able to intercept. Throw in for Wimbledon. It was a nice ball initially, though, from Joe Pigott. Nicely weighted for Shane McLaughlin. Yeah, Shane McLaughlin, who did make the start last time as a center attacking mid, and I didn't really like that much of a move too much. I do think him being on the wide channels is a little bit more natural for him. But that being said, if you put McLaughlin wide, you're going to have to put either Rodoni or Longman on the bench, and Mark Robinson elects to put Longman on the bench this time around. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. At first, I'm like, I'm not too tired, but now I'm starting to feel the effects of only 6 hours of sleep. All right, 33 minutes gone. Nothing too interesting so far, aside from one pretty decent chance from Bristol Rover coming from McCormick, the center mid, with a decent shot from just inside the 18-yard box on the bottom corner. Nice, forcing a very good save from Zanev. Anyway, ball played into the center here for Radoni. Played it back out wide to Che Alexander. Alexander looking for some space for a cross here. Instead plays it to Dobson. Nice ball in from Alexander, and Piggott trying to muscle his way inside around the midfield. Got out-muscled, though, by the center back. The center back was ahead of him in that situation, and he was able to shepherd it away. Again, Joe Piggott playing as that hold-up player as he usually does. Every now and again, though, he does... he's sort of that lone striker. We put a little bit too much pressure on Joe Piggott, but we're not hoofing the ball upfield to him every single time. We're knocking it around. We're trying to play it over to the likes of Che Alexander and McLaughlin out to that right-hand side. Anyway, as I speak, now on the right-hand side for Bristol, decent ball played in. A little bit too close to Zanev, though. And Zanev's going to throw it out. Maybe Jack Radoni could go on the break here. Gets it over to Piggott, though. Plays it back over to Will Nightingale. Yeah, I noticed a lot in this game whenever it looks to me like Wimbledon are going to go on the break. They play it back over to the center backs or to the center midfielders. They're not incisive enough so far in this particular game. Got a hair in my mouth. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, so Wimbledon are a little tentative, I guess, but I guess it speaks volumes about Mark Robinson's desires for this side. They don't want Wimbledon to hoof the ball upfield a lot, like with when we had Wally Downs as the manager last season, and Glenn Hodges as well. Under Glenn Hodges we play a little bit more possessing, but in the end it just wasn't good enough. Constantly playing a 3-4. 3 in the back, we would give up a lot of goals, a lot of cheap goals as well. Interesting here, Joe Day throws the ball up to, I think that was Leahy, and Che Alexander got his head to it, and a clash of heads between the two. That looked pretty dangerous. Damn, Joe Day has a long throw. My goodness, that was a really long throw to around the midfield line, close to it, and nice to see that Leahy's back up and running. You don't like to see any sort of injuries, especially concussions. Concussions can be pretty scary. I can vouch for that, as I did get a concussion once. Playing goalkeeper, I did go up for a cross, and somebody just went into the side of me, and I kind of fell on my side and on top of my... I twisted kind of... It wasn't like a 360 spin. It was like... I spun to the side and my head was facing down on the ground and I hit my head. Very scary situation. Concussions are very, very scary. I can definitely vouch for that. But sorry guys, I'm tired. Very tired. Let's look at the results around the league now that we're at it. Now that the referee is kind of getting in between Che Alexander and Leahy. I think they had a little bit of a talk there after Che Alexander came in with the header there. I think after that, Leahy just had a word with Che Alexander. It was like, hey, come on, man. Why'd you have to come in that hard? But yeah. Rochdale 1-0. That's not good. Not good at all. 1-0 currently against Lincoln City. And now AFC Wimbledon are dead bottom in the league as it stands. But, only 3 points behind Bristol in 19th. So it's not too horrible, I guess. It's still... This league is still very, very close. And, anything can happen. They do have 2 games less than Swindon and Rochdale in 23rd and 22nd, respectively. 1 game less than Wigan, 2 games less than Northampton, 1 game less than Bristol. So it's not too bad, honestly. They still have a little bit of time to play catch up here, AFC Wimbledon. But that being said, seeing them in the bottom of the table, kind of getting flashbacks to 2 seasons ago. That was the same season in which they beat West Ham 4-2 or 4-3. No, 4-2. Yeah, 4-2 in the FA Cup. That was around the time when I started supporting them. And needless to say, I was one happy customer with Scott Wagstaff getting on the score sheet twice, and even Toby Sibic in the dying minutes of the game getting a header coming up from the center back position. Anyway, Jack Rodoni on the left-hand side tries to create some space for a cross. Instead is forced to play back to Woodyard. Head height ball, nicely defended there by Kilgore with a little bit of a diving header there, forced to, kind of extendo necking it. With Joe Pigott playing a little bit of a run in there. He was at the top of the 6th looking for that header, but nicely done by Kilgore to get it away. I heard the commentary team saying, "Oh, it is bitterly cold right now," and I was doing fine, but then as soon as you said bitterly cold, I kind of felt a little bit of a chill because I kind of put myself in their shoes, right? Because England is pretty damn cold, and right now I'm slightly chilly, slightly nippy. But when I heard that, I kind of immediately just got chills down my body because it's if you think. Here's something I like to do anytime I feel cold. I like to think of a hot spring or a hot tub, and I immediately just get those vibes. I immediately just get the warmth flowing through my body, even if it's temporary. But yeah. Anyways, nice chest touch there from Pigott to find Jack Rodoni, who tries to find McLaughlin on the right-hand side, is fouled as he tries to play it over to him. Looked like a pretty... Ooh. I couldn't catch that on the camera because the camera kind of panned away from him, but just the way that he reacted to that, Jack Rodoni, kind of limping a little bit, actually. Oof. Not good. Not good here. Okay. I think he's just walking it off. I don't think it's anything super dangerous. But, yellow card there for number 4. Actually, number 6. Yeah, Ed Upson getting on the book there. Yeah, it looked to me like a pretty hard tackle there, at least from what I saw when the camera panned away slightly. Alexander with a nice looping ball on the short. Well, I was about to say short corner, but short free kick. Played a nice looping ball to the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. Joe Pigott with a chest touch, but unfortunately he was offside, not able to create anything there. Yeah, so Wimbledon, throughout the season, they've kind of had some sort of metamorphosis, this sort of change in their play style. In the beginning, they would play very defensively, and they would play it up to Joe Pigott quite often, played up to Ryan Longman, who would play as hold-up players. Ryan Longman was a little bit more of a player that would be incisive in terms of off-the-ball runs or on-the-ball runs. He's very pacey. But throughout the season, we've seen this sort of shift. We see Wimbledon knocking it around a little bit more, playing a little bit more possession, but they're still not incisive enough. They're not able to find, that dangerous final ball inside the box. So now Alex Woodyard playing a ball up to Joe Pigott, easily, the header easily won there. Kind of an example of what I'm talking about. They're not able to find that ball anytime they play a ball from the back, or they play a ball from the midfield that tries for the intention of cutting through the back line. We tend to struggle in that respect. We play it out wide a lot to Che Alexander and to Nesta Guinness-Walker and play. Okay, as I speak, this is a nice play from Wimbledon. Che Alexander finds Alex Woodyard instead of a cross into the box, it's a little pass inside the 18. And Woodyard tried to play a cross inside the box, but it was cleared by the defense. Guinness Walker tried to play it to Jack Rodoni. A bit of a forced pass, though. It was intercepted pretty easily by the center midfielder. Nothing too interesting to note, though, so far. I'm freaking hungry, dude. I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. When I wake up for these games, I don't eat until halftime, because I want to get as much sleep as possible. I don't want to wake up at like 6 a.m. I want to wake up at like 6:40 and just have scrape a little bit more of that sleep in there. But yeah. So I brought home some cheese sticks from Pizza Hut last night, and it's gonna be a good breakfast. Can't go wrong with Pizza Hut cheese sticks. I don't know if they have Pizza Hut over in the UK. I know they have certain restaurants like Nando's, for example. I heard Nando's is such a good chicken place, but they don't have those in the US, unfortunately. McLaughlin tried to play a 1-2 there with Callum Riley, and unfortunately got brought down by a defender who, at least it seemed to me like a foul there, in terms of impeding the play, but nothing doing there. Referee says nothing doing. Ball played up from the back, intended for Ayunga to bring it down, but it was nicely done from Darnell Johnson to win that header. And back over to Bristol Rovers as they try to play a long ball forward. Nothing doing there. I noticed that we're very top heavy throughout these last few games. I noticed that we play it to that right hand channel quite a lot. Which is fine, because Che Alexander likes to go up. He likes to be an attacking threat. Anyway, 1-2. Yeah, 1-2 from Callum Riley. Intended for, it looked to me like it was Riley, but then no, it looked like it was intended for Shane McLaughlin, actually, who was making a run closer to the center of the center line of the goal there. But I think had he played it back over to Callum Riley, maybe it could have been a more dangerous opportunity, as McLaughlin's run was... they were both making a run at the same time, so I guess maybe he got confused there, Joe Piggott, on who to play it to. Long throw here from Wimbledon. For once, actually, I haven't seen a long throw from Wimbledon, actually. Guinness Walker tries a shot from 35 yards out. Very speculative. Yeah, for sure. Definitely very speculative, but it goes over the bar. Nothing too dangerous for Joe Day to worry about. Whew. Well, let's talk about changes. And I know Whale Rider 08 is the magician in terms of substitution predictions. He did predict Ayuba Sal coming in. Oh, that being said, nice, another save there from Zanev. But yeah, it was a through ball into Nicholson on the right hand side there, inside of the 18-yard box, and it was a far post effort, nicely beaten away there from Zanev. That being said, a cross playing in from Bristol Rovers, cleared away by Che Alexander, as nobody was able to get his head to it. Again, okay. All right. So, 2 shots on target here so far for Bristol Rovers. Both very decent opportunities. And Zanev, it was a nice ball there from Upson. It was a ball in the air, kind of got a little bit of an outside of the foot first touch. It was a nice, incisive pass there from Upson. And a decent opportunity, decent shot there from Nicholson on the far post, beaten away by Zanev. Zanev in his first appearance for AFC Wimbledon, doing God's work right now so far for us. And yeah, I think, are we gonna see a little bit of a an Aaron Ramsdale deja vu? Because he was a big piece for us 2 seasons ago in terms of keeping us up, keeping us in EFL League One. In terms of substitutions, though, yeah. So Whale Rider 08 did predict Ayub Asal coming in for the Shrewsbury game, and he did get a goal there in his first appearance. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, AFC Wimbledon again. Like I said earlier in the stream, they've been possessing it. They've been knocking it around a little bit, trying to create some space for a pass, trying to create some threatening opportunities, but they just haven't really created it. And yeah, so the end product is not there for Wimbledon, and I'd like to see them, a little bit more active off the ball. Che Alexander has found it on that right hand side quite often, and I feel like he's they've been playing it to him more often than McLaughlin out on that right hand side, and yeah, just feed McLaughlin, feed Joe Pigott a little bit more, and if you're Joe Pigott and McLaughlin, make a little bit more, be a little bit more active off the ball. I mean, McLaughlin is active; he tries to make those runs, but we don't play it to him as often as we play it to Joe Pigott as a hold-up player, or Che Alexander on the right-hand side, coming up from the back four. So not incisive enough, AFC Wimbledon are. As for potential substitutions, Ollie Palmer could be a decent sub here, although who would he come in for, right? If we're going to continue to play that 4-2-3-1, he would have to come in for Joe Pigott, who I think is dangerous enough to keep in. If we were to have Ollie Palmer come in, I think we would have to switch to a 4-1-2-3. Just have a 4 in the back. Maybe play a 4-4-2. A traditional 4-4-2 with Rodoni and McLaughlin playing on the right midfield role. Maybe sub Rodoni for someone like maybe Ayub Asal. Who knows? But if Ollie Palmer were to come in, we would have to play a 4-4-2. I think Ollie Palmer could be a decent idea to come in, though, because, again, if we're going to be playing balls from the outside, from the outside mids, playing the ball inside the box, have Ollie Palmer as the target man. If we don't bring Ollie Palmer in, though, then I do think we could potentially bring in, Ayub Asal as a threatening winger. And from what I noticed on the team sheet, we're very defense heavy here. We have Luke O'Neill, we have Ben Hennigan. Actually, I'm sorry, I didn't notice Ryan Longman. Yeah, we could have Ryan Longman coming in, maybe for Jack Rodoni. Maybe Ayub Asal coming in later on, like maybe in like the 74th, 76th minute for McLaughlin, if McLaughlin doesn't create anything too crazy. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we have several different options here. That being said, I'm gonna have some breakfast here. I'm freaking starving, so I will return. Don't mind me, I'm just coming in. I'm just gonna set up my table for my breakfast. Oh shit. Yeah. Give me one moment. Where's my phone, man? All right. Good to go. I'll continue my commentary in just a second. Yeah, I pretty much already kind of summarized that first half. I mean, AFC Wimbledon, 62% possession. Kind of surprising. Knowing that usually they are the type of team to have less possession, but throughout the season, like I said, they've had this sort of metamorphosis where in the beginning they would play defensively and break on the counter with Ryan Longman especially every now and again with Jack Rudoni, but Ryan Longman hasn't really found as okay. This is a new point. This is something I haven't covered yet, but Ryan Longman really hasn't found as big of a role lately because Ryan Longman the play style that he has, he's a very pacey individual, and he likes to break through enemy lines with his pace. And he's not like a Shane McLaughlin where he plays out wide in the midfield and his McLaughlin's sole purpose is to create some space for a cross or to create space for a final passing opportunity. But for Ryan Longman, his main role is to create some space. He can find some space for a cross or a pass too, but he's more of a goal threat. But he's also been a little more on the inconsistent side in terms of chance finishing, in terms of whenever he does, have the opportunity to score. Sometimes he doesn't. McLaughlin too, though, has been like every now and again he has wasted some opportunities. But anyway, my main point being is that Ryan Longman really hasn't found a role lately, considering that we've been playing a lot more possession. And he hasn't had that counter-attacking role like he did earlier in the season. That's when he was the most dangerous, the most threatening. So, yeah, I'm really interested to see what they're going to do in terms of substitutions. Wimbledon. I do think Ryan Longman could be a potential piece to bring on in the first part of this half, but I'd say wait a little bit on Ryan Longman. Maybe until like the 58th minute or so. Maybe... I don't know. I was going to say Jaakko Oksanen, but we're already playing a decent... we already have had a decent spell of possession. So Jaakko Oksanen is the possession type of individual, if that makes any sense. But yeah. Anyway, I do think wait a little bit on the substitutions and then bring on maybe Ryan Longman in the 57th, 58th minute. And my prediction's correct. No substitutions yet. Mark Robinson is content with this side, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for the second half. Headphones on. Timer on. Oh, that was a nice first touch there. A little chip pass over to Nicholson, who does like a little no-look pass from the air. That was a really nice pass, but anyway... The Dons come away with the ball defensively. Joe Pickett making a run down the left-hand side. Is he offside? Yes. It looked to me like he was pretty clearly offside there. Just a bit. The commentator's like, just a fraction offside, just a bit. No, he was way, way off. Right, here we go. Jack Rodoni off of the goal of the punt from Zanev. Now it's over to Dobson. I'm sorry, Riley. Can he find somebody? Yes. Woodyard tries to play it over to McLaughlin. What kind of pass was that? Passed it to nobody there. Neither to McLaughlin nor Alexander. Kind of just, I don't know what happened there, but... Oh, that's a rough tackle there from Alex Woodyard. Just kind of came in. I don't know if that was studs up, but it looked like a dangerous tackle regardless. Off the throw in there from Bristol Rovers. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't anything dangerous. He just stuck his foot in because Bristol Rovers was knocking it around the back, maybe a little too casual, and the defender just barely got in the way there to clear it right before Woodyard got to it, and it was a mistimed tackle there. It just looked a little worse than it actually was. Oh yeah, yellow card. Yellow card for Woodyard, unfortunately. So we have 3 yellows already. Yeah, it was a mistimed tackle, but it was a pretty mistimed tackle. It wasn't like it wasn't worth a yellow there. A little bit of a knocking between Ayunga and Leahy put the ball inside the box there for Bristol Rovers. Luckily, it was hip height and it was easily cleared. Now Pickett plays it over to Rodoni on the left-hand side. Is going to try to beat his man 1v1. Is there going to be some support? Yes, there's some support from Shane McLaughlin. Twists one way, then the other. Gets the cross in, deflects off of the defender. Corner kick there for Wimbledon. Nicely done there from Jack Rodoni to just be dangerous in that situation. Wasn't able to find anybody on the cross, unfortunately, as all of the runners already made their run, right? And Rodoni couldn't find them because he was double-teamed in that situation, couldn't find a cross, but was able to at least force a cross in and force a corner. Corner kick came in. Top of the 6. Darnell Johnson headed it over the bar. That was such a good opportunity. It looked on the replay, on the second look, it looked even worse of a missed chance there. The commentators didn't really seem to be too fazed by it. But that was a good chance from Darnell Johnson. Top of the 6. I wouldn't say free header because he was kind of tussling with somebody. So maybe that's what kind of put him off. He wasn't able to keep his eye on the ball the whole time. Or at the very least, set himself up to jump for the header. So he kind of got underneath the ball there. Missed opportunity there for Wimbledon. Don't mind me, I'm just eating my Pizza Hut cheese sticks. Ball on the right-hand side here for Bristol Rovers. A little bit of nice knocking around. They're playing a lot of one-time passes. Ooh, and Ayunga on the final pass there from somebody on the right-hand side played it inside to the top of the 18, and Ayunga took one touch and then took a shot. Well defended there from Wimbledon. Wow, that was really nice football there from Bristol. Yeah, just kind of touched it around Darnell Johnson with his left foot and was able to get around him, but Shane McLaughlin to the rescue. Shane McLaughlin and Zanev both kind of got in the way of that shot there. And it's out for a corner kick. Short corner here to Nicholson. On the hold-up, defended by Alex Woodyard. Gets a little bit of a touchback out for a corner kick. Yeah, so it's actually Zanev, who made the save. McLaughlin was sprinting back there to try to get a touch there, but Zanev with a little bit of a foot save. Nicely done. That's 3 decent stops already from Zanev. Outswinger, hip height. They somehow control it at the top of the box. Poor defending there from that particular set piece, but then the cross into the box on the right-hand side. Low and hard, but nobody was able to get their foot to it for Bristol. Decent start to the half for both sides respectively. Both creating decent chances there. Both look a little bit more lively. Ooh. A little bit of a scary situation there from Bristol Rovers as a back pass to the goalkeeper was hounded down by Shane McLaughlin. Which kind of forced the goalkeeper to kick it kind of straight up in the air to get it over McLaughlin rather than a linear line drive and maybe risk bouncing it off of McLaughlin. But Bristol Rovers come away with it after winning the header there. Nice ball initially from Nicholson, but it was headed away by Nessa Walker. Back over to Nicholson on the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, trying to twist and turn, tries to find him some space. Plays over to Upson, top of the 18. Again, another shot from Bristol Rovers high of the frame. Most of Bristol Rovers' shots from outside the 18 have been high and wide. But I can't knock them too much because they created a couple of decent chances so far this game. Another yellow card here. Yeah, Joe Piggott was just got in front of the ball there for Bristol was trying to do a short free kick. Yeah, Joe Piggott got in the way, blocked it, and yeah, already 4 yellow cards here for AFC Wimbledon. They're a bit of a dirty side today with these fouls and with these preventing of short free kicks and whatnot. Yeah, Wimbledon are playing a little dirty today. Kind of reminds me a little bit about the old Wimbledon FC, the crazy gang as what we like to call them. Yeah, Bristol Rovers look really good right now, and they're starting to knock it around a little bit more. They only had 38% possession last time out, but now they're playing very good football, and it's a little bit scary right now. Anyway, Upson off of a free kick and off of a header won by Nicholson. Upson at the top of the box tried to create some space, but it was nicely defended. But now it's back over to Bristol. Long shot from Nicholson, deflected, but he receives the ball again. This time defended by Darnell Johnson. Right-hand side here for Rodman. Tries to create some space for a cross. Nice tackle there by Jack Rodoni back defending. And now it's a 1-2 between Guinness Walker and Rodoni. Nessa Guinness Walker making a run down the left-hand side. Can he create some space? Puts a ball into the box. Piggott waiting. Defender easily cleared it, though. Headed away. Now back over to Dobson. Back to Che Alexander on the right-hand side. trying to create some space here. Forced to play it back over to Darnell Johnson. Now playing it around the back. AFC Wimbledon are just trying to stay patient, trying to create something. Don's really struggling the first half to create that final incisive pass, though, as they have... Oh, no. Very disappointing pass there coming in from George Dobson trying to find Nesta Guinness-Walker, but they were just not on the same page. He thought Nesta Guinness-Walker was making a run, but he was stagnant in that situation. Yeah, they're getting very sloppy here, AFC Wimbledon are. Well, I mean, they still knock it around a little bit, but then now they're giving it away very easily. In the first half, at least, they would keep possession. They wouldn't give it away. Now they're giving it away pretty cheaply. Frustration is building here for AFC Wimbledon. Still 0-0, though, so at least we got that to look forward to. I do think now is a good time to make a substitution. I do think now bringing on Jaakko Oksanen could be a good thing to do for AFC Wimbledon, because now they're starting to get a little sloppy. Bringing Jaakko Oksanen to kind of keep the play relatively. I try to think of a way to phrase it, but keep the play relatively decent, because right now they're starting to fall into a spell in which they're giving the ball away too cheaply. Upson touches it right over Will Nightingale. It was a nice little whoop kind of touch. Cross headed away, but now it's back over to Ayunga. Tries to create some space. Nicely defended by Nightingale. Ball played back into the box, though. Tanev has dropped the ball. Yeah, so it was a cross in, and Tanev tried to collect it, but I think he kind of got into the defender there, and that kind of put him off a little bit. Very nice game so far from Zanev, but that was a bit of a scary situation. Yeah, him and Darnell Johnson kind of collided a little bit there. And Zanev, I think, didn't really expect anybody to be in the way there. I thought he had a clear path to collect that. But as soon as he collided with Darnell Johnson, he bobbled the ball. Bit of a scary situation there. Bristol Rovers, it's only a matter of time before they put it in the back of the net here. Ball swung over to the right-hand side, over to Rodman. Tries to get a first-time flick over to Upson, but defended by Will Nightingale. Will Nightingale has had a very good game so far in terms of defensive shape. A little bit of a giveaway there. Can he find Rodoni? Can Dobson find Rodoni? Yeah, Rodoni was making a left-hand side run there, but unfortunately the pass was blocked. I do think we need to bring Oksanen to clean it up here, just to clean it up a little bit. And maybe Ryan Longman for some fresh legs. Anyway, Nicholson was Nicholson made a little bit of a nice little step over on the right-hand side, played a cross into the box. It was headed towards Zanev, and then it deflected off of the back of Darnell Johnson and kind of snuck past the post there. Could have easily been a goal for Bristol Rovers, but instead it's a corner kick. Bit of a scary situation there once again. Westbrook, the cross in, the corner in. Easily cleared away by Joe Pigott off of the knockdown header. Right now, Bristol look like a real football team right now. First half, they played okay. They created a couple of chances. This time, they're actually playing like a legitimate championship side. Throw in, though. Quick throw in. Let's see if Rodoni can find some space here. So far, McLaughlin, he is alone. Oh my god! He just did a freaking McGeady spin around the defender, but he wasn't able to get to the ball. That touch was a little too heavy. Or not a McGeady spin. A McGeady spin is where you bring it around with the inside of your foot around. But he turned. How do I explain it? He turned clockwise on the right hand side, but his first touch was with his left foot to carry the momentum around. That was such a nice fucking play there from Shane McLaughlin. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get to the end of the ball. That looked really nice. It was a very good piece of skill. I'm going to see if I can actually get a Giazzo of that and send it as a link, as a shareable link. Let me send that. That was actually really brilliant. Hard to explain how it happened exactly, but okay, I got the Giazzo. Wait, did I get the Giazzo? Did it save? Oh man. Oh well. Damn it. I don't want to spend too much time trying to get the clip. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, let me send the link. Okay, so now Bristol Rovers are knocking around the back here a little bit. Here's the link, guys. This is freaking insane. Okay, it was a shame that he didn't come away with the ball because that looked pretty nice. Yeah, a little bit of an injury here for Bristol Rovers. So I'm gonna take a look at the results around the league. Let's take a look at that. I hate to depend on other teams' results, but at this point, that's all you really can do as an AFC Wimbledon fan. Okay. Finally, Lincoln City find a goal, find an equalizer against Rochdale. Rochdale bottom of the league now. Wimbledon are no longer bottom. Let's go. Northampton 0-0 against Doncaster. Let's see. 2-2 MK Dons. Goodness gracious. Okay, that's a good game. 2-2 against Accrington. That's a good game. Yeah, everyone is, Bristol 0-0 obviously against Wimbledon. 0-0 Northampton. 1-1 Rochdale. 3-0 Burton. My God. Burton have found the fountain of youth apparently because they were rock bottom of the league. And now they're about to win 6 out of their last 6. My goodness. Have yourselves a freaking ball game, Burton Albion. Yeah, no problem. I'll do that more often, where I'll get these little snippets. It's just I don't want to miss anything too crazy, but I don't want to miss anything. But if I can somehow get that quick little clip, if I find something really nice, I'll do that more often. It's actually a pretty innovative tool. As long as I do it more quickly, as long as I have the Giazzo thing set up on my computer so I can just do it anytime. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I think Ryan Longman really needs to come on at this point. I really do. A little bit of a midfield battle, both teams giving it away kind of cheaply. Guinness Walker is on the ball now on the left-hand side. Rodoni I'd like to see Rodoni making a little bit more of an off ball run there. Kind of a little stagnant in that situation. And now Nicholson on the left hand side. Usually he's right mid, but this time he's playing on the left. Ooh, Westbrook with a bit of a first time, kind of an outside of the foot shot from 20 yards out over the bar once again. Corner kick, actually. Sorry. My bad, I'm still eating. But corner kick now for Bristol Rovers. Substitution now for Bristol. Is Wimbledon going to take this chance to use a substitute? No. Oh, okay. Looked to me like a really dangerous situation there, but corner kick was played into the near post, but it was just wide of the goal. And there was somebody on that near post for Bristol, so I thought maybe it could have gone a little bit of a flick towards goal there, but nothing doing. I say that a lot, nothing doing. That's just one of my phrases. Pickett tries to receive the knockdown there, but unfortunately it was intercepted. Leahy wins the header there, and it looks to me like there is a foul on top of... I keep forgetting his name. Ayunga? Yeah. Yeah, so now everybody behind the ball here, everybody back defending here for the Dons. It's only a matter of time, guys. I'm telling you. It is only a matter of time before Rovers finally get on the score sheet. I do think if the game were to finish right now, I do think the deserved result will probably be a 1-0 for Bristol, but we'll see. We'll float it into the top of the 18 and a header coming in there for number 9. Substitute Brandon Hanlon. His first touch on the ball was a head towards goal. Unfortunately for Bristol, it was right towards Zanev, I should say. Nicely defended there from Nessaginnis Walker to prevent a situation where Hanlon tried to get a turn around him. Throw in there. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there for Bristol. Now Wimbledon on the throw. Maybe this is the start of something. Maybe. Typically in football is a very momentum-based game, right? If you make one little play where you just give the ball away cheaply, it can compound itself. It can snowball into something really big if the team allows that to happen. Then it can snowball into something even worse. But I don't think that's going to happen to Bristol because they've been playing really well. I don't think they're just going to let one poor piece of play get to them. But we'll see. Anyway, McLaughlin came off for Ryan Longman just about 5 minutes ago, actually, and I did not notice that. I guess when Bristol Rovers made their substitution, so did Wimbledon, and it didn't show on camera. So Westbrook, 25 yards out, wide of the right-hand side there. Yeah, Wimbledon, unfortunately, backing off there. Yeah, allowing Westbrook to just get in there for free and then take a shot from about 21, 22 yards out. Yeah, everybody backing off there for Wimbledon. Not really too confident to see, or not, I should say, not too reassuring to see, I should say. Ollie Palmer. Ollie Palmer's going to come in. Big boy Palmer. Not right now, but that's what I heard from the commentary team. Apparently he's going to come in. Zanev takes the free kick. Header won once again by Bristol. There's a nice first touch there by Nicholson to touch it in between. Looked to me like it was Ryan Longman and George Dobson to allow McCormick to go on the break there, and a free kick for Bristol Rovers. No yellow card this time for Wimbledon. Here, thank freaking God. Okay. Nice header won by Jack Rodoni, and now it's Callum Riley on the hold-up. Woodyard intercepted, and now it's Nichols on the left-hand side making a dangerous run on the left-hand side. Luckily, it was cut out. Nicely tracked back by Woodyard after losing it. Headed away. Yeah, shot at the top of the box there. Who was that? Yeah, Luke McCormick coming up from the center mid position. Shot at the top of the 18-yard box. Ball was bouncing a little bit, and it was way high over the bar. It seems to be like Bristol Rovers have had 5 or 6 shots outside of the box, all of them being like way off target, or at least somewhat off target. Yeah, so Bristol Rovers not taking their opportunities right now, aside from a couple of decent chances that they actually did hit on target, forcing a couple of decent saves from Zanev. I think Bristol Rovers so far having 4 shots on target, 3 or 4, and maybe like 9 or 10 total. So Bristol Rovers is piling on the pressure, especially in this second half. Meanwhile, Ollie Palmer, big boy Palmer, coming in for George Dobson. Are we doing a formation change here? Are we potentially playing a 2 up front? I'm not entirely sure. Nice interception there from Alex Woodyard. Tries to find Ollie Palmer with the through ball. Ollie Palmer, though, not the fastest. Sorry. Ollie Palmer, after he didn't receive the pass, he literally just 2-hand shoved someone down. That's kind of funny. No yellow card there from Ollie Palmer, but already coming on the field, already getting frustrated. That was funny. I don't know why he did that. To be fair, I don't know why he did that, but oh well. That's a tactical foul right there. That's a tactical foul and a half. I'm almost done, I promise. Next against Walker after Wimbledon played around the back a little bit. Palmer playing the hold-up play. Now making a little bit of a run. Callum Riley couldn't find him, though. Jack Rodoni on the left-hand side, nicely defended by Upson, actually. And now they're going to look to break a little bit. Now forced to play back to the center back. It looks like Bristol Rovers will look to reset. Now on the ball with Leahy on the left-hand side. Tries to play a little chip pass into Ayunga, but nicely defended by Darnell Johnson. Not fully clear, though. It was kind of straight up in the air, that clearance. Nice turn there from Ollie Palmer on the clearance, but it was deemed to be a foul. Physicality there. Physicality 101 there from Ollie Palmer. Ball was played up to him, and he literally just turned, and he was through on goal, but I guess he kind of hooked his arm around the defender there. So free kick there for Bristol Rovers. I'm finally finished. Hold on. Goal kick for Wimbledon. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. All right, we chilling. Nicely defended there by Callum Riley. Ooh, a little bit of a scary situation, though, as he wasn't able to get it clear. And Alex Woodyard tried to get a little bit of a touch out wide as a clearance, but okay. Callum Riley comes away with it. Not the best clearance in the world, though. Back to Williams. Back to number 8. Westbrook. Yeah. Throw in here for Bristol at around the top of the 18-yard box around that side. Why? Come on. Take the throw in already. Okay. Again, another midfield battle here this time. Won by Bristol as they do have the throw in, but they do give it away pretty quick, pretty cheaply after they try to throw it in pretty quickly, throwing it to Ayunga, but nicely cleared away. Yeah, nothing too interesting happening these last 10 minutes or so. It's kind of slowed down. The pace of the game was fairly high, and it was set mainly by Bristol Rovers as they did have full control of the beginning of that second half. Luckily, though, Wimbledon have not conceded. And at this point, honestly, I'll be fine with a 0-0. Honestly, I'll be fine with it. Even though it's not really the most desirable result in the world, at this point, I'm fine with it. Because Wimbledon are not dangerous enough, quite frankly. They haven't been dangerous enough these last 3 games in terms of chance creation. Ollie Palmer playing the hold-up, though. Let's see if he can find somebody on the run. No, yeah. I thought maybe he could have found... Jack Rodoni on the left, but he just kept running backwards. I'm like, where are you going? You're going the wrong way. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Where's my remote? Where's my remote? Sorry, I gotta multitask for a second, guys. Where is it? Where is it? Okay.
For the most part, dictated play in this second half. And
Bristol tries to play a long ball over to Ayunga, but it was easily collected there by Zanov. Got to multitask for a second.
There's plenty of play on that side with the likes of Rodman, combining well with Westbrook.
Oh, wait. Studio mode.
Seemed happy to just keep the ball over on that side, but
okay.
Who knows? It will be a bit of a gap in the market, if you like, over on their right-hand side. In fact, Piggott tries to do just that with an attempted flip forward.
Yeah, these last 10 minutes have been just a midfield battle, and both teams just hoofing it upfield and trying to win headers and whatnot. Throwing for Wimbledon, though. Here we go. Alex Woodyard. Oh, my God. Alex Woodyard off the throw-in. Okay, it was deflected. Okay. Throwing for Wimbledon again.
Inside the Rovers half into Woodyard.
Jay Alexander, oof, pressured right now. Forced to play it back over to Darnell Johnson.
Towards halfway, traps the ball well, turns and deceives.
You know, I would like to see Darnell Johnson playing outside back again. I feel like Guinness Walker has not really been too influential in this game, let alone the past couple games. So I do think maybe next game we could have Darnell Johnson playing as an outside back for potentially Guinness Walker.
But Piggott couldn't then get the better of Kilgore. Longman, though, on this near side could nod it back square and into the centre circle for Riley. Now Nightingale, good ball into Longman. And now he plays a 1-2.
Oh, nice 1-2 from Longman. And Riley, here we go. Oh, no, Ryan Longman played it in, tries to find Ollie Palmer at the top of the sixth, but he was not able to get his head to it. That was such a good opportunity. It was a really nice 1-2 played with Ryan Longman and Joe Piggott. Ryan Longman on the right-hand side played it to Piggott, back to Longman on the right. The keeper tried to dive down. He tried to make himself big while sliding, and Ryan Longman chipped it over him, and unfortunately Palmer was not able to get his head to that. The pass was just slightly over his head. Game of inches. Wimbledon's first real chance of the game, and that could have easily been 1-0. Damn. Damn. That was a good opportunity.
With the final delivery, as presumably he deemed it too narrow an angle to have the shot himself, and so very nearly setting up a second super sub goal in the consecutive weeks for Ollie Palmer.
Best chance of the second half, that. As you say, we've just been talking about it, and a real chance to stop the game, and he did just that. Ollie Palmer just unlucky not being able to make the connection inside the area. Wow, that was so close to giving us the lead there.
Yeah, a little bit of an injury now, a little bit of a knock from Alex Woodyairn.
A bit of Bristol Rovers possession and pressure in the second half. I've not seen too much in terms of what they've been able to do to Joe Day's goal. But that was a real chance towards the end of this game here for Wimbledon.
Okay, multitask here. I have I know it sounds very crazy, but Mario Kart Wii League match. Yeah, there's a competitive scene in the Mario Kart community. I have that in about like 10 minutes. So like, I have to set it up. Yeah, so I have to set it up right now. So I'm going to multitask for a little bit. Don't mind me, guys. Zanev plays a ball. A free kick from the midfield stripe. Unfortunately, it was easily collected by Joe Day.
Charge forward and jostle for position.
Just looking where the captain's armband went after it left Alex Woodyairn, of course, now no longer on the pitch. And I think it's actually gone to Joe Piggott, who I think Mark Robinson was keen not to have to wear the captain's armband, but assuming the role at the moment for the closing
more settings.
Well, indeed, and
sorry, guys.
A bit of scope for him to adopt the armband for the closing stages, particularly with what we've seen so far. Palmer really putting himself about, and I know the first involvement had a somewhat comedic element to it, but on a more serious note, within a fraction of steering the ball home with a header.
Oh, here we go. Ollie Palmer on the break. Oh, he was on the right-hand side. He tried to curl it into that near post run. It was just, it seemed to me like it was something out of nothing there. It was like, yeah, Joe Piggott had his back around the midfield. He had his back to goal. All of a sudden just turned and played a nice ball. It seemed to me like he had eyes on the back of his head there. Played a nice incisive pass over to Ollie Palmer, and Ollie Palmer tries to steer it into that near post bottom corner. But good save there from Joe Day, and now it's a corner kick for AFC Wimbledon. My God. Two really nice chances in the last few minutes of the game.
To the former Dons loanee here this afternoon, but still a corner to defend for them.
Set piece here, Mark Robinson and Andy Parker, they're both out in the technical area, screaming towards the Wimbledon players in the area there, how they set up for this one. A bit of scrimmaging going on there, breaks that up, get back on with the corner, Lester Guinness Walker standing over it.
We've had 4.5 minutes then remaining of the regulation time. It comes from Guinness Walker, bends the corner in towards the 6.
Oh, Joe Day had a little bit of a hard time dealing with that, but he punched it away. At first, it looked like he was trying to catch it, but then he was forced to punch it away at the very last moment. And cleared away by Bristol.
And does well, turns it back to Nick Zanev. Launched forward by him up towards halfway. Ups and underneath it for Rovers. Now Guinness Walker. We find Riley.
Jack Redoni on the left-hand side.
Back to Riley again. Comes under challenge from the...
Back over to Guinness Walker. Let's see if we can find somebody maybe making a run. Nobody's making a run just yet, but he got brought down, but no foul. Okay, I thought that might have been a counter-attacking opportunity for Bristol there, but instead they fouled. Another tactical foul there from Wimbledon. Let's go.
Time added on, of course, as well for substitutes and stoppages. Positive ending to this game from Wimbledon. They're trying to force the issue.
Meantime, here's Williams for Rovers. Look at the cross into the penalty area. Alexander with a good intercepting header away towards this near side. Now it's with Piggott towards centre field. Room maybe to steer it over towards Redoni on the far side, but Piggott was fouled as he tried to let the pass go. Was fouled there by Nicholson.
Yeah, 87th minute here. Do I have the timer up? Yeah, I do. Okay, so 87th minute.
Redoni potentially in which to run and carry the ball forward. Piggott just caught.
Yeah, so this game should not be a no-no right now. It should be at least 1-1 just based off the chances that they created. I mean, both teams have not created an insane amount of... Well, Bristol Rovers created a decent amount of chances. Most of them half chances, though. Ball played into the box. Joe Piggott gets brought down, but no penalty. It was a free kick from the midfield line. It was like a chipper, like a little bit of a chipped pass into Joe Piggott. And I don't think it was enough on that. He turned, he beat his defender off the ball, and then he was kind of playing like a little bit of a hold-up situation, but then gets brought down. I think the defender, I don't know. I'll Giazzo that one, actually. I'm going to Giazzo that one. I'm going to Giazzo this one. I don't think it was enough for a penalty personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if he would call that. Yeah, it wasn't enough, I don't think, but it looked kind of a dangerous situation there. I'm gonna Giazzo this. I'll send this in a second. Anyway, back on the right hand side. Yeah, cross ricocheted off, corner kick for Bristol. There's the Giazzo. I'm going to make this a little bit more of a consistent thing now so I can actually show you a little bit of a play-by-play. I'm surprised I haven't thought of this earlier.
Of the 90. Played short into the edge of the penalty area for Nicholson.
Played short by Bristol. Picked up by Oxenden, who did come on a few minutes ago. Nice touch around. Okay, Ryan Longman is on the break using his pace. On the left-hand side, double team. Let's see if we can find somebody. Yes, splits the pass in between Yako Oxenden. Yako Oxenden into Joe Piggott. Piggott hits it. Near post, saved by Joe Day. Oh, nice little play there from Wimbledon, but now it's back on the right-hand side. Che Alexander tries to find some space to cross. Plays a nice little floater into Oxenden. Joe Day punches it away, not convincingly, but it is cleared away by Bristol Rovers. Tanev gets a header away and unfortunately clashes heads with the striker there. Scary situation. Yeah, no penalty for me either. Yeah, it was a nice little pass there from Ryan Longman in between two defenders, and Oxenden finds Joe Piggott. Yeah, so now that Zanev has gone down due to a clash of heads, I have time for another Giazzo. Let's go. I'm gonna make this a more consistent thing now. Okay, yellow card for the Bristol Rovers man there, number 17, for the clash of heads with Zanev.
Well, the overtime verdict tablet's about to be hoisted aloft, and it will indicate a minimum of 4 additional minutes.
Yeah, so right now it's the 90th minute.
Well, for a 0-0 situation, you certainly can't say it's been uneventful out there.
I thought Piggott was going to bury that. I honestly thought he was going to bury that. But it looked to me like the players were covering that far post, so it looked to me like he went near. And yeah.
Just a single point here this afternoon, but in the last few moments, it's been the Dons who've had a couple of excellent opportunities. That men pouring forward from that effort that ultimately saw the shot from Piggott that was well saved by Joe Day. And again, Rovers, given how
Yeah, 4 minutes of stoppage time here.
They were outnumbered, a bit more to the point. I think with stays like this, then at the very least, Joe Day, a large baby shower perhaps at the end of proceedings here this afternoon, and maybe a bowl of Ferrero Rocher. Other confectionery items are available. Ball steered down to the left side of the
Ball steered to the left-hand side. Cross. Well, it looked to me like a half cross, half shot from the goal line area. Offside anyway. Okay, here we go. The Dons, even though Bristol played better overall in this game, the Dons have the momentum going into these last 3 minutes. It only takes one chance, one opportunity in football. That's all it takes. And
Alexander, the second time of asking, steers it high and forward. Again, Baldwin winning it this time above Palmer.
Ollie Palmer playing a little bit of a hold-up play on the right-hand side. Alexander. Longman on the right side. Uses his pace again. Beats his defender. Creates a space for a cross. Oh! Just barely over the head of Joe Day. And Joe Day didn't get a hand to it, but it looked to me like a half cross, half shot in that situation. Over the head of everybody. Cross back in. Joe Pickett tries to win the header. Headed away. Back over to Che Alexander. Can he create some space for another cross? Yes, he does. Back over to Nessa Guinness-Walker as Rodoni wasn't able to win the header there. Nessa Guinness-Walker trying to create some space. Plays it to his right foot. Plays a nice little looping ball in. Joe Pickett on the knockdown on the right side. Tries to play it back in. Lots of crosses being played in here. Wimbledon on the corner kick now with a minute and a half to go. Here we go. It is picking up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I do think Oxenden should start. Yeah, I mean he has been playing pretty well when he has come on as a substitute. Maybe for Callum Riley potentially.
Certainly ending the stronger of the two sides.
Or McLaughlin. Maybe I don't know. Actually, it'd be too many center midfielders.
Telling set piece from the right hand side for the Dons. Plenty forward.
Here we go.
Inside the penalty area. The Dons are going for the
lots of numbers forward here for AFC Wimbledon.
Palmer and Piggott jostling inside the 6-yard.
That's Guinness-Walker to take over the head of everybody, but Darnell Johnson on the back post tries to flick it back over, and now it's another corner kick for Wimbledon. Nicely defended there by number 26, Baldwin. Even though he didn't get his head to it initially, he challenged the header of Darnell Johnson, and he was able to block the knockdown attempt.
Nightingale's right in the mix of it now as well.
Here we go. Is there a chance for a last-minute last-minute winner here? Ollie Palmer on the second effort. Palmer hits it twice, blocked twice. Everybody was behind the ball. There was no chance of that ball sneaking inside. Yeah, he initially won the header for the knockdown, but then it found him again. He just shot it twice, both times deflected, both times blocked. And it is going to end 0-0 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Bristol Rovers 0, Wimbledon 0. That was one of the more eventful 0-0 matches I've seen, at least for AFC Wimbledon. I've seen some pretty entertaining 0-0s in the past in the Premier League, but the Premier League obviously a little bit better quality of play. But in the end, I do think it's a deserved draw for both sides. I was going to say that Bristol Rovers deserved to win this game 70 minutes in, but then AFC Wimbledon really picked it up in the last 20 minutes. Where was that all game? Where was the chance creation all game for AFC Wimbledon? But, yeah, two really clear-cut chances, or three actually for Bristol, two in the first half, one in the second half. Nick Zanev with a really solid performance today, aside from one little mistake in which he bobbled the ball off of a cross, but other than that, very solid performance from Zanev. And in terms of other individual performances, Joe Pickett was decent. Anytime he was on the ball, he was dangerous. He had a couple of opportunities, had a couple of shots on goal, forcing a couple of saves from Joe Day, former AFC loanee last season. McLaughlin didn't do enough. I did make a couple of runs, but when he was on the ball, he wasn't able to create anything. Jack Rodoni also had a bit of a stagnant game today, aside from a couple times later in the second half in which he was a little bit dangerous with his flair and his skill. Overall, though, we really need to work on the chance creation. Last 15-20 minutes of that game was fairly solid, but that needs to happen all game. If not, at least most of the game, they need to do a better job of creating chances. Man of the match for today, I'm going to start doing that from now on. It's a fairly basic concept that I haven't done yet. Man of the match. Man of the match today, Nick Zanev. For sure. But yeah, still, my winless streak continues with these live streams. So far, 3 draws, 4 losses. So maybe next time against Wigan. Very winnable game. But yeah, that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you all for coming. On behalf of this channel, I'm used to saying on behalf of Mario Kart boards. I'm Jaggy. But yeah, thank you guys for coming along. We'll see you guys next